Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I made a quick video on cauliflower hash browns, and that's just made out of cauliflower rice and a few other ingredients. I did get the recipe from Keto Connect, so I will try to link that below. And then also I went ahead and decided to make a breakfast crunch wrap. So kind of like what Taco Bell makes, but I made it keto style. So if you all are interested in seeing how I did that, go ahead and keep watching. Bye. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on these cauliflower rice hash browns. In a bowl, I have an egg and about a cup of white, sharp cheddar cheese. I did not have regular cheddar cheese, so that's okay. That's what I used. I have some pepper and salt, a little crushed red pepper, and some garlic. The garlic is not in the recipe, the original Keto Connect recipe, but I wanted to add a little bit of garlic flavor, so I added that to it. And I also have a steam in the bag riced cauliflower that was frozen. Here we go. I am putting some bacon onto a pan. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a tin foil lined pan, and I will put into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes at 400 degrees. Generally, this turns out wonderful every time. I'm just putting a little extra bacon on the pan to have throughout the week, and the crunch wrap will just take a couple pieces of that. So what I like to do next is put a few paper towels down, put my steam in the bag cauliflower on top, and put a few more paper towels over top, and just press down lightly to try to get some of the moisture out of the cauliflower rice. The ones that are the steam in the bag especially have moisture to them. Now, if you were making this from fresh, I don't believe that there would be as much moisture, but that's okay. So we're just taking some of that out so that it's drier and so that the hash browns will stay together easier, you know, because obviously if there's moisture in the cauliflower, it's not going to work out too well. So next I put a little bit of butter and a tiny bit of bacon grease into a pan, and we are just going to dry this cauliflower out just a little bit further, put it on medium to high heat, and just go ahead and put it in the pan and just get it kind of dried out. It works out better for the hash brown recipe. So into a bowl, I put my cauliflower mixture. I'm going to go ahead and add my eggs in with this. And following that, I will go ahead and add my sharp white cheddar cheese into the bowl as well. Again, this is modified from the original recipe. I do believe they call for the regular sharp cheddar cheese. But that's okay. Use whatever cheese you have on hand. It's going to be good either way. So I got the cheese into the bowl. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the salt, pepper, garlic. The salt and pepper I didn't really measure out. Just kind of crack that over top. But I believe the cayenne pepper was half of a teaspoon or so, and then a half of a teaspoon or so of the garlic powder as well. And then we're just going to go ahead and give this all a nice stir so that everything is just nice and incorporated. And once that is done, we'll go ahead and get started on our cauliflower hash browns. Okay, so here I have a pan. I lined it in tin foil again. Definitely makes less work for cleanup. I went ahead and I sprayed this with some non-stick cooking spray. And then we're just going to go ahead and get started with our hash brown patties. Now, obviously, these are not going to be perfect. These are not going to be like the hash brown patties that you buy at the store. I just went ahead and grabbed, you know, like a palm full of the cauliflower rice mixture and went ahead and molded it with my hands. Tried to make it look as hash brown-like as I could. Once I got it onto the pan, I went ahead and worked with it a little bit more to make it kind of that rectangular shape that hash browns generally come in. And I ended up getting 5 hash browns out of this. The original recipe, I believe you get 6. But again, I used the steam in a bag cauliflower. So I'm thinking that that's going to make the difference there. And then once I got all of these patted out, I had a little bit of extra sharp cheddar cheese reserved back that I had grated, and I went ahead and just took a tiny bit of cheese and put that on top of each hash brown patty. So once I got the cheese added on top of the hash browns, I did go ahead and add a little bit of parsley flakes, mostly for color and presentation, I suppose. So yeah, I put a little bit of parsley flakes on top, and now our hash browns are ready to go into the oven. They look wonderful already, actually, and they're not even baked. These were honestly so good. Highly recommend making these. Okay guys, so then while my hash browns were in the oven cooking, I put a little bit of butter back into the pan, and I went ahead and I scrambled some eggs up, and these are going to go inside of my breakfast crunch wrap. I kind of scrambled them up and put them into a little pile, and then on top of that I had a little bit of cheese reserved that I saved for my eggs, and I put that on top of my scrambled eggs and let that get a little bit melty. It wasn't a whole lot of cheese at all, to be honest, so a little bit later you'll see that I add a little bit more. But I did end up adding 2 strips of the bacon that I cooked off in the oven, and I just kind of broke it up into little pieces on top of my little scrambled egg nest there. And once I got that done, I decided that, you know, it needed a little bit more cheese. I believe that the ones at Taco Bell actually have like a sharp cheddar cheese, like the yellow kind. So I actually had some of that at home. That is what that is looking like. So I went ahead and put that sharp cheddar cheese on top, just one piece of it. What the riced cauliflower hash browns are looking like. I believe I left them cook for 20 or 25 minutes in the oven, and they turned out so good. I think that they would honestly even be better if you froze them and cooked them in a little bit of olive oil. So that's a really good tip too, to freeze them so that they stay together even better. Okay, so here we have our whole grain and flax tortilla wraps. There are actually only 5 net carbs per tortilla, and I believe that there are 100 calories per tortilla as well. Not too bad on the macros, guys. So if you have a relatively low carb day, these aren't going to kill your diet, to be honest. So here we have our tortilla. We're going to go ahead and start by putting one of the cauliflower hash browns on the bottom of it. And we're going to do our little egg concoction here that we made in our pan. And the reason that I made it, you know, kind of small and all together like that is so that it fits into the tortilla better. So I don't know if you've ever seen Taco Bell's crunch wraps, but they do this kind of hexagonal shape type thing. I don't know that I exactly nailed it, but I don't think it looked too bad in the end, to be honest, if I do say so myself. And I'll just go ahead and show you guys what it is looking like once I got it all together. Just kind of like a little tortilla pocket type thing. And that's what the front is looking like. We're going to go ahead and get this into a pan and get it fried up on both sides. Again, I added a little butter into the pan, just the tiniest pat of butter, maybe a teaspoon. I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea and think that I'm cooking with loads of butter for everything. But here is what the back of the little tortilla pocket is looking like. I went ahead and put that face down into the pan, and I am just going to go ahead and let that cook for a couple minutes on each side until each side is looking brown. And as you can see, the back side of it, look how good that is looking, guys. It really turned out well in the pan. I'm just kind of moving it around in the pan to make sure that the front side of it gets that butter on there. And yeah, that is the end result of what it ended up looking like. Oh, and here I am being a dork in the kitchen to show you proof that I'm actually a real person. All right, here's what our crunch wrap is looking like in the end. That was the back of it. Here's the front of it. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this cut in half, and I'll show you what it looks like. That is the end result, guys. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I had a nice cup of coffee along with it, and so good. Highly recommend. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you'll take the time to make this recipe. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. Thank you again for watching. Comment, like, or subscribe to see more videos like this. Have a great day, guys. Bye.